Bachelor Field in East Hartford, Connecticut. It's the James Madison Dukes and the Connecticut Huskies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Hey guys, even though there will be a great home field advantage today, Coach told me before the game, one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Uconn will deliver the opening kickoff and we'll get this game going. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Dukes offense will go on the attack first. And here comes Camden Coleman. This offense is going to be productive. He will have to play well in this one. Looking for a man. It's Coleman. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Handoff to the single back. Bounced off his feet.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pressure coming. And down he goes.
And that's exactly what this defense wanted to do coming into this game. They wanted to set up 3rd down so that they could let their pass rush take over. They feel they've got a shot to be really successful if they can force the opponent to live in 3rd and obvious passing situations. And that time, on the first 3rd down of the game, they take advantage and get the sack.
So the Uconn Huskies offense will now get its first chance with the football. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. He's gritty, great attention to detail, solid hands. He'll have to be accounted for in this passing attack. Offense in a bunch formation.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, in a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for the squad.
The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Hauls it in. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. And the Huskies trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. 6 plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. They want to throw it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Dukes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Give to the running back. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Rushes on him. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
What a heads-up play by the defensive end that time. He saw the ball thrown out to the right-hand side, and he just stopped his pass rush and rallied to the football and made the stop and gets 2 points.
I don't know what he possibly could have been thinking there to wind up all the way back in the end zone and taking a safety.
Yeah, and sometimes you get confused and you get lost where you're out of the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
Here comes the Dukes offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he got loose. Past the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Dukes! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Makes it past the marker. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Running into the open space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Huskies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. This Uconn offense really has it going. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. As they come over the football 1 minute to go here in the first. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Pocket breaking down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. Got it right in the heart of the end That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Lang. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. He'll start this drive going to the air. Moving out to the right. Pulls it in. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Huskies come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. After 1 quarter of play, let's take a look and see how these running backs are doing. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Here's the snap, looking to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Ross. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it costs the defense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Here comes the heat. He gets away. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Husky. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Husky. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Great play by the defense, taking that back for a pick six. And as a quarterback, if you're going to throw to your running back, you've got to be accurate with it. Remember, they are not receivers. And if you make it difficult and tricky, bad things happen, and it did right there. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. It's caught. Gets away from one, finds room. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver going in motion. Off play action. Got his man on the right. Bust through behind his pad. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking downfield, it's Coleman. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Dukes! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The run inside. It's Reeder. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Got a man in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the result of the play will stand. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Makes it past the marker. Got a little grass, and they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Uconn comes to the line after getting another 1st down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Reeder. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Huskies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Reeder. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. A big stop from this defense as they force a 4th down, and a decision coming right now.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Husky! They opt to go for 2 to try to tie it up right now. From the gun, looking for a man. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Scott. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. James Madison's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the air, it's Coleman. Right down the middle. Pulls it in, it's Keller. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Dukes will hustle to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be.
Snags it, and he's open. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. And the Dukes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Unloads quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
On the move at the 30. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He goes right back to the air. Here's a hit. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Dukes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
When you get zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback and you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take a shot. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the Duke Blue Devils. And it's the Hurricanes, looking to extend that win streak to double digits. How many teams can say that? It's been one of the best coaching jobs in football this year, and a big payday is on the horizon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now back to your game at the Rent. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. And here comes the Connecticut offense ready to go to work. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
They're going to take another delay of game penalty. You just can't have these types of mistakes. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Running inside, it's Reeder. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quarterback moving. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead.
James Madison, 30. Uconn, 21.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Uconn offense goes back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Porter. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Reeder.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes the grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring in for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield.
There he goes! And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and the defenses can't cover it. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here comes the Duke's offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The give on the option. Crosses the 30. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse, showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. They're dealing with a second and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes his man miss. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And the Dukes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Coleman. It's complete on the right side. Got room at the 35. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Dukes! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Ross. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Uconn quick to the line. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, that DB basically could have just ran that route for the wide receiver. He was all over him. There was no shot that receiver was going to be able to make that play. Beautiful job by the defensive back.
He's got him this time. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Got his man. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. This Uconn offense really has it going. Looking to throw again. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking downfield on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get and push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Touchdown, Huskies! Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Going to the running game. Turning it on. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They're going to ride this running back. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Off play action on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Dukes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Just feeds the running back. Nice tackle there. This free safety coming in like a heat-seeking missile and stopping him a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Going for the marker on the ground. On the nasty move, and now still make... Oh, another great move. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Lang. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmaker.
Snags it, and there's running room. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put a scoring drive. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The offense has plenty of time, and this defense trying to dig in and get one more stop and hang on to this lead. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Complete to the right. And he found all kinds of room. Got it down to the 28.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion.
There's a crease. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Huskies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Uconn! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
It's caught. The 2 try is good, and now it's a 3-point game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. To the air, it's Coleman. He's got the back in the middle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. The throw. Right on target this time. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Defense playing a bail technique. Under fire. Trying to get away. Finds his big tight end. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent, looking ahead to next season. But that's